I lay awake staring at the ceiling fan, its blade slicing slowly through the heavy air of our bedroom. Emily's breathing was steady beside me, but I couldn't bring myself to look at her. My hands were curled into fists beneath the sheets, nails digging into my palms. The words I had been practicing for days pressed against my throat like shards of glass. She shifted slightly, her back brushing against mine, and then, in a voice that sounded fragile and uncertain, she asked, "Why haven't you touched me for a week?" My chest tightened. This was the moment I had dreaded and rehearsed, the moment I couldn't escape. I turned toward her, met her eyes, and forced the words out. "I'm getting ready to live alone." Her expression faltered. The weak smile she had been holding vanishing, replaced first by confusion, and then by something closer to panic. "What are you talking about, Daniel?" she whispered, her voice trembling. And that was when the memories I'd tried to bury began to rise up, jagged and unrelenting. It had started 2 weeks earlier. I'd left work early, planning to surprise her with flowers and dinner. 10 years of marriage deserved more than autopilot. I wanted her to remember that I loved her, that we were still more than schedules and bills. When I pulled into the driveway, her car was already there. Strange, since she had texted earlier saying she had a late meeting. I went inside quietly, expecting to find her curled up with a book. Instead, I heard her laughter drifting from the kitchen. My heart began to pound as I crept closer. She was standing too close to a man I didn't recognize, tall, dark hair, confident posture. He leaned across the counter, his hand brushing hers like it belonged there, and she didn't pull away. My stomach lurched. My throat tightened. I backed out as quietly as I'd entered, then sat in my car for over an hour staring at the dashboard, trying to make sense of what I'd seen. The days after that were torture. I told myself it could be nothing. Maybe he was just a friend. Maybe I was misreading everything. But the seed of suspicion had been planted, and it grew like weeds, choking every thought. She started guarding her phone, smiling at the screen before locking it and slipping it away. She began showering as soon as she got home, as if washing away something invisible. I checked our phone records. The same unknown number appeared again, and again during the hours I wasn't home. With trembling hands, I called it. A man answered. His voice was smooth, almost amused. I hung up without saying a word, bile rising in my throat. By the time Emily asked why I hadn't touched her in a week, the truth had already hollowed me out. Her eyes searched mine in the dim light. "Daniel, what do you mean? You're scaring me." I sat up, dragging a hand down my face, the weight of everything pressing down until I thought it would crush me. "I know, Emily, about him." The color drained from her face. Her lips parted, but no sound came. Her eyes flicked away, then back, like a trapped animal looking for an exit. "You've been lying," I said, my voice rough. "I've been tearing myself apart, wondering what I did wrong, what I didn't give you. But the truth is, you've been giving yourself to someone else." Tears welled in her eyes. "It's not what you think." "Don't." I snapped, sharper than I intended. "Don't insult me with that. I saw you. I know his number." Her face crumpled. For a long moment, the only sound in the room was her quiet sobbing. Finally, she whispered, "His name is Ryan. He's a client. It just happened." The words hit like blows. It just happened. As if betrayal were an accident. Like tripping on a crack in the sidewalk. "How long?" I asked flatly. 3 months, she admitted, each syllable dripping with guilt. 3 months. 90 days of lies. 90 nights of her coming home and kissing me with someone else still on her skin. I wanted to scream, to throw something, to demand why. But the anger was buried under a crushing sadness heavier than anything I'd ever known. Was it worth it? I asked quietly. Risking us? Everything we built? Her shoulders shook. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I just felt alive again. That word cut deepest of all. Alive. Had I really become so invisible to her? Was our life together so suffocating that she needed someone else to remind her she existed? We sat in silence for the next hour. She cried, reaching for me once, but I flinched away. My mind replayed every memory of our life together. Our wedding day. The night we brought our daughter home. The quiet mornings with coffee. All of it felt shattered now, like glass scattered across the floor, too sharp and dangerous to piece back together. "Can we fix this?" she whispered finally. "Please, Daniel. I'll end it with him. I'll do whatever it takes." I looked at her, my heart aching. Once, I would have given anything to hear those words. But now it felt too late. "Fix it," I repeated bitterly. "You can't unring a bell, Emily. You can't undo what you've done. I can forgive mistakes. But this was a choice. Every time you texted him, every time you met him, every time you came home and lied to me, that wasn't a mistake. That was betrayal." She collapsed into sobs, burying her face in her hands. I turned away, staring once again at the ceiling fan, its endless spinning mocking the chaos inside me. That night, I slept on the couch. The house felt colder, emptier, even though she was still there. In the morning, I packed a bag, not to leave her with the comfort of our home, but because I needed space to think, to breathe. When I told her, she grabbed my arm, desperation in her eyes. "Please don't go. Don't throw this away." I pulled free, my voice hollow. "I'm not the one who threw it away, Emily. You did." Then I walked out the door, her sobs echoing behind me. It's been a week now. A week of sleeping in a cheap motel, staring at blank walls, trying to figure out if there's any way forward or the damage is beyond repair. Part of me still loves her. How could I not after 10 years? But love without trust is a slow death. And right now, I don't know if I have the strength to keep bleeding for someone who already cut me once. When she asked why I hadn't touched her, I gave her the truest answer I could. I'm preparing for life alone. Not because I want to be, but because she's left me no other choice. Maybe someday I'll forgive her. Maybe someday we'll find our way back. But tonight, as I sit alone in the sterile motel room, the echo of her betrayal drowns out any hope of reconciliation. And I know one thing with certainty. The man who walked into our kitchen that afternoon, naive, trusting, blind, is gone.